Coronation Street's Abby Webster faces a desperate race to get her son Alfie to A&E next week after she finds him struggling to breathe. Kevin springs into action when Abby frantically rings him to say the poorly youngster needs urgent medical help. As Alfie's petrified parents wait for news, Abby is determined to get answers as to what's caused this horrible incident. Before long, she gets a diagnosis from the doctors that could spell big trouble for Idris Nazir, who, it transpires, is her new landlord. Abby is completely beside herself with fear to find her little boy gasping for air and in a terrible state, says our Corey insider. This is every parent's nightmare, but especially traumatic for Abby after what she went through with her son Sub's murder. Thankfully, Kevin comes through for her and gets Alfie to hospital in time, but they both run a terrifying gauntlet of emotions as they wait for news. Understandably, Abby is determined to get to the bottom of this and raise hell with whoever is to blame. At the start of the week, Abby is already on the warpath due to the state of her flat. She's becoming increasingly concerned about the damp rising in the rooms, worried it could start to damage both her health and young Alfie's. However, despite repeated calls to the landlord, Abby has no joy in getting a response as her calls are never answered. She's bitterly complaining to Leanne Battersby at Speed Doll when a huge bouquet arrives from Idris, as he tries to make up for messing with Leanne's phone the previous week. But it looks as though Idris has a lot more to apologize for when Abby discovers he's her landlord. The following day, Idris's problems intensify when Alfie is rushed to A&E in a dire condition and kept in ICU as the team carries out tests. Idris's heart sinks when he sees Abby and Kev carrying desperately ill Alfie out of the flat, and things get even worse when the doctors confirm the youngster's breathing problems are due to black mold in his bedroom. Idris and new recruit Brody Michaelis are shocked to see the state of the black mold when they go to the flat, and the repentant landlord heads to the hospital to front it out. To be fair to Idris, it takes guts to do that, especially when he doesn't know how Abby and Kevin will react to see him there, continues our source. But Idris isn't just concerned about them. He wants answers from the previous landlord he bought the flat from. It turns out that Idris has a way of dealing with situations like this that are very heavy-handed. After a traumatic week, Abby decides that she's not letting Idris off the hook. Instead, she and Sally meet with street legal eagle Adam Barlow to persuade him to take on the case. Adam needs the work, but this is going to be pretty awkward given that Idris is Alia's cousin, warns our spy. Still, Adam did keep representing his own uncle's pedophile ex, despite Daniel ordering him to drop Megan as a client, so perhaps he won't bat an eyelid. Even so, it doesn't seem as though Idris is the kind of bloke you want to make your enemy. With Adam now leading her case, will Abby make Idris pay for what's happened? Weatherfield is once again rocked by an emotional crisis as Coronation Street delivers another gripping storyline, leaving viewers stunned. Tensions reach boiling point when young Alfie, Abby Webster's beloved son, is suddenly rushed to hospital, triggering panic, heartbreak, and a wave of accusations that quickly place Idris at the center of the storm. What begins as an ordinary day soon spirals into every parent's worst nightmare. Abby is left terrified as Alfie's condition rapidly worsens, forcing an emergency dash to the hospital. The emotional scenes showcase Abby's fierce determination to protect her son while struggling to keep herself together during the frightening ordeal. As news spreads across Weatherfield, concern turns into suspicion. Questions begin to circulate about what led to Alfie's medical emergency, and before long, fingers start pointing toward Idris. Whether fairly or not, the community's reaction is swift, with whispers becoming heated confrontations as residents demand answers. Idris suddenly finds himself under intense scrutiny. Once viewed as someone trying to build trust within the community, he now faces criticism from all sides. Even those who previously supported him begin to question his actions, creating an atmosphere filled with tension and uncertainty. The backlash grows stronger with every passing hour, leaving Idris struggling to defend himself against mounting accusations. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, Abby refuses to leave Alfie's bedside. Every beep of the medical equipment reminds her of just how fragile life can be. Friends and family rally around her, offering comfort while anxiously waiting for updates from doctors. The emotional weight of the situation brings together unlikely allies, even as disagreements continue to simmer outside the hospital walls. The storyline also highlights Abby's incredible resilience. Fans have watched her overcome addiction, heartbreak, and countless personal battles over the years. Now, she is forced to confront another devastating challenge, proving once again why she remains one of Coronation Street's strongest and most compelling characters. Kevin Webster also steps up during the crisis, determined to support Abby through the uncertainty. While trying to stay optimistic for Alfie's sake, Kevin cannot ignore the growing conflict surrounding Idris. His protective instincts threaten to boil over as emotions run high, setting the stage for explosive confrontations that could permanently change relationships on the cobbles. For Idris, the pressure becomes almost unbearable. Every glance from neighbors feels like a judgment, and every conversation seems to reinforce the belief that he is somehow responsible. Whether he is truly to blame or simply caught in unfortunate circumstances remains the biggest question hanging over Weatherfield. The drama doesn't stop there. As investigations continue and more details emerge, secrets threaten to surface that could reshape the narrative entirely. Coronation Street has built a reputation for delivering unexpected twists, and this storyline appears to be no exception. Just when viewers think they've figured everything out, new revelations promise to turn the situation upside down. Fans have already taken to social media to debate Idris' role in the incident. Some believe he deserves the criticism, while others argue that the residents are rushing to judgment without knowing the full story. This divide has sparked passionate discussions, making the storyline one of the soap's most talked-about plots. Ultimately, Abby's only priority remains her son's recovery. Everything else, the arguments, accusations, and neighborhood drama, fades into the background as she waits for the moment she can finally hear reassuring news from the doctors. Her emotional journey reminds viewers of the strength that parents find when their children need them most. With emotions running high and unanswered questions still lingering, Coronation Street has crafted another powerful chapter that blends suspense with heartfelt family drama. As the truth slowly unfolds, viewers can expect shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and unforgettable performances that will keep Weatherfield fans glued to their screens until the very end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.